Good morning, Central. I'm Safiyah Seelochan, joined by some of Central's finest. So we're all going to go around the table and introduce ourselves.
Hi, I'm Will Germain.
I'm Lauren Jones.
I'm Anthony Cruz.
I'm Samaya Davis.
I'm Saya Khan.
I'm Michael Bennett.
I'm Sophia A. Savage.
And I'm Khadijah Zahid.
Great. Okay, so we're going to start
Who are
off
you?
by
Yeah, who are you? Who are you?
Oh,
She said her name in the beginning.
Oh.
I'm Safiyah Seelochan. So to start off, we're going to just talk about our senior year and our experiences here at Central. So, what is your fondest memory of Central High School?
Oh, I'll go first. I remember, since I just said this, my first AP exam, which was taken with just a handful of others. This was the human geo exam, which we took in 9th grade. So we weren't even Central students yet, but that was like our first, that was our first, we were there, we were in the library. I remember walking over, being in the library. I saw some other people that I had known, but it was just like my first taste of Central. And it was just, I don't know, I just thought of that now. I haven't thought about that in a while, but I remember that. It's like, my first AP too, so.
My favorite was definitely when Miss Batista's YOLO Sad Club organized. They do like various talks, and I like going to them. But when they organized one for the immigration ban, there was like so many people in room 300, and it was like really empowering to see that so many people supported like the Muslim community. And I started crying because I always cry, but it was like really like heartwarming, and I really appreciated everyone going. So that was definitely my favorite memory.
I think my fondest memory has to be my first pep rally. It was so fun. I know the whole school came together and everyone was kind of just friends. There was no cliques. Everyone was cheering, having fun, and that was just really heartwarming, honestly.
Mine was probably our first class competitions when we were the very few sophomores, and I think we got like one win. We got like one win. We got a win, but the seniors won, obviously.
No, we were
second place.
We beat the juniors that year. Yeah. We did pretty well. Class 2018 needs to step it up.
My fondest memory was my first day of school. Coming from a different school, walking into the Central building, especially late, was overwhelming for me. And Miss Bowen actually walked over to me and she was like, "You look lost." And I was like, "Yeah." And she was very welcoming along with the other staff members. So it was very, like, a great moment for me to embrace.
I think that's just to comment. Like the staff here they're all super understanding. Like nobody's out here trying to like make you fail. Everybody's like super sweet and nice and accommodating. So speaking of staff, who is everybody's favorite teacher?
Gorman.
One more time. Who is everybody's favorite teacher?
Gorman.
I have a few, if I'm allowed.
Yeah, I got a few. You don't have this one favorite.
Yeah, you can't. I'm sorry.
I mean, Mr. Gorman was voted
Oh,
the favorite teacher.
and Miss Chan was female.
And Miss Chan.
We love her. I mean, of course. Come on.
Yeah.
I never had her, but yeah. But we love Miss Cote too.
Oh.
Also, Miss Platt, she's like one of my favorites. Along with
Yes.
Miss Platt's my favorite.
Mr. B, even though you yell at me. Mr. Seeley.
Mrs. D.
I love Miss
Mrs.
Ayuso.
Bakov.
Miss Ayuso's like.
Miss Batista.
Miss Batista.
Talk and everything.
Yeah.
Miss Costa.
Miss Costa. Everyone's mom. I love it.
Not Mr. Chiggs. I heard that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Of course.
I think for every year, your favorite teacher changes, but you still don't forget your other
yeah.
teachers.
I just have memories with
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the reason I'm gonna love Miss Costa forever is peer mentors. That club is actually a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so most people believe that Central is a very strict school. So, anybody have a comment on that, on the rules at Central High School?
I mean, I'm not arguing, but it's good to be seen as a strict school.
Yeah.
It's good to be seen that we are a dignified school.
Yeah.
And it's good that people can see our school and look up to our school and see our school as a standard to go by. But Central isn't like a military school. Central is a loving environment where everybody works together under the the leadership of the amazing Dr. Pompilio.
Yes.
Emphasis on amazing.
Amazing. Amazing.
Criticism.
But I feel like we do get a lot of opportunities in this school compared to other schools, like
Yeah.
from Queens. It was strict, but I think in Central, it's not like it's strict, but they have standards, but they allow you to grow, allow you to give you choices and opportunities, but they do tell you that this isn't allowed because of reasons why.
Right,
because
there's reasons.
We're coming to
Yeah.
we're in school to get out into the world and learn and grow. So you're not just gonna like ignore us and like let us be what we want to be. You're gonna try to teach us what we should be. I think that's what Central is really all about.
And I feel like compared to other schools of friends I have out of the district, we're not that strict. Like we don't have metal detectors.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
not collecting your phones every day. Like I feel like there's rules and regulations everywhere, especially when you grow up and go to the workplace.
Oh, yeah.
When you go to college, you're gonna have to carry around your ID,
Yeah, or
and that's how it
in
is.
an office, you're gonna have to like scan in every single day.
Hey, we start early.
Sorry, yes.
Yeah, there's definitely a formula that works. You know, you see year after year, there's different accolades, whether it's the school as a whole or certain clubs like FBLA, that there's a lot of achievement in the school, and I think that it's not just the rules themselves, but the fact that we just have that type of morality among the students and the staff. I don't think it's much the rules. I think it's just the fact that we have the rules and then we say, hey, there's a standard that you must follow, otherwise there will be consequences. And I think it just comes to a point where people just follow that standard intrinsically.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like to add
that's-
on to
yeah.
what you're saying, like there's no, like I don't think about the rules. I just,
Yeah.
it just happens.
Yeah,
It just goes to it. I go to school. I have my lanyard on.
Yeah.
I come here. I need to make sure I'm not wearing a sleeveless shirt.
This is why we are Central's finest, because we pay attention to the rules. Okay, we can. Okay. Anyways, would any of you change anything about the school in terms of rules and regulations, or?
Mr.
Mr. Board chairperson, students representative.
I mean, I think it kind of goes back to the last question. Even if you look within the district, I can say without bias that Central is the best school in this district because of the way that it's run. I mean, obviously not going to gas Dr. Pompilio too much, but he does an amazing job at running this school. He runs a very tight ship, and I think, like, we don't really pay attention to the rules because we just live by them. Like, there's nothing that we do in this school that is unreasonable because they're just things that you need to do in life. You're not going to be wearing short shorts or in a sleeveless shirt to a job interview. You're not going to be wearing that to go to work on a regular day because that's not the environment that is projected outside in the world. So the fact that we're doing it as of now early on, just preparing us for the world out there.
Yeah. I think Central's at a good spot with their rules right now. The only thing is, like, you know, going forward, you know, however many safety regulations want to impose, that you don't step on the toes of the students or the staff for that matter, that it needs to be a mutual thing where the students, staff, and faculty all have to agree that, you know, the goal is to keep the goal should be to keep school safe, efficient, and just an overall enriching environment. The rules should serve that reason and not to, like, if we're gonna have rules to stop, it should always go back to that. That's what I think. As long as that's in place, then there shouldn't be anything that changed. I think it's in a good spot right now.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we can all agree Central is one of the better high schools in the district.
Oh, yes.
However, is there anything you guys would like to see change in Central to make it a better place?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say this.
I mean, that's why
We can always cut it.
That's why.
But personally, I feel the staff should also represent the student body. Our school is pretty diverse, but I feel like we can go above and beyond, especially people of color. I feel like it's important to see positions of power that represent me. Like, yes, we have Pearson, but then I feel like we should also have more teachers that can relate and guidance counselors like Ms. Cyrus, who's the district social worker.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's important to students, but that's just...
Yeah,
But not
I
only,
definitely agree.
Yeah, but not only that, I feel like we don't even know half of the teachers that are important to us because you say Miss Cyrus, and I know like half of the people in this school is gonna be like, who the hell's Miss Cyrus?
Yeah.
So I feel like we should be educated on our teachers that are important besides as an important faculty member, and some of us don't even know she exists.
Yeah.
I definitely think that staff should be a reflection of the student body. So yeah.
Okay. I agree, by the way. So Central is a loving community. We have teachers, faculty members, and students that all band together when times get rough. So is there anybody you wish to thank for helping you through Central?
Oh.
Mr. Torino.
Yes.
Thank you. I needed that for bio because I couldn't do it by myself. I'll tell you that. 'Cause, damn.
I want to thank.
No.
Personally, I want to thank Ms. Baklov, formerly Ms. Darcheski, because since 10th grade, she's been there for me. I complain to her about a lot of things, and she just sits there, gives me the right advice, tells me the right thing to do, even when I don't want to hear that answer. And yeah.
I want to thank Miss Zajac because she's my science research teacher, and like the other two science research teachers as well, Mr. Stanko and Mr. Hildebrand, because that class is very different compared to like a normal classroom setting, and I feel like I've bonded with them the most, and they've taught me like how to do specific research, and not even that, just like they've been like good friends to me and the rest of our class, which is a small group, and like they've made like the biggest impact on my life. So yeah.
I would like to thank Mr. B because, as you guys know, I'm part of FBLA. But if you guys actually knew how I got into it, going through the competition to go into the club, I was a failure. I look back, I really messed up really bad. But he actually gave me the opportunity to grow, learn, and speak. I wouldn't be this confident without Mr. B and without going to the club. So he really did help and change my life, and I really thank that.
Yeah, I would say Mr. B and Ms. Platt, Ms. Hellman, all of guidance, because at first I didn't know where I wanted to go to college, and then I kept getting emails like free application waiver, and I was like, okay. Like 25 schools later, which is a lot. Don't ever do that in your life. I decided on a school, but I just want to thank everyone at Guidance for dealing with me because I'm so sorry.
Oh wait, I think all of us in ETV would agree. You want to thank Ms. Baklov?
You can smile.
I'm sure as the generations go on and on, less and less people will know about him, but since
The OG.
he's the OG.
Yeah.
He's been there and he's always there, and he allows us to demonstrate our creativity, retired or not retired.
Sometimes it's not even academics that a faculty member or a teacher can help you out with, which I think is amazing that we have people like Mr. Lombardo here to just help us get through our days sometimes, just to be an
Sorry, not to
outlet.
interrupt, but we forgot Miss Costa for her.
Oh, yes.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
We gotta
Yeah.
add that in.
I feel
And Miss
like-
Batista for Yola Sad. Like those are the teachers
Yeah.
who take out their time to do stuff for the school. Just shout outs for them.
Yeah, I really appreciate Ms. Costa and Ms. Batista because I feel like both of their like clubs, organizations have shed light on important topics that I feel like we want to talk about as a student body, but we don't have time in class because we're on a strict schedule, whatever, but they both have taken out their time to like make sure that we have that platform. I feel like they're like the moms of the school, and I really appreciate it. Yes.
Batista.
Miss Batista especially, because she really helped me out, like just like come out of my shell and just like do things, go for things, and I think, she deserves the shout. She's great.
Can I thank like the custodians and janitors?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
They are like they don't get that recognition, and they deserve a lot of
They definitely deserve it.
Yes.
Without them, none of us would be able
The janitor that puts up with me every time when I'm here at like 5 o'clock editing.
Oh,
And he's like, he comes in, I'm like, hey, hello, I'm here, I'm still here, I'm sorry, I'm still here. Alright.
Right, well, does anybody have the best day ever at Central?
Best
Their one best day?
One best
I-
that can exist.
This?
This is
June 26th. Not supposed to say that. Cut that out.
I'm right here.
I don't know if it's like best day ever at Central, but I don't know. It's like I think every single day is pretty good.
Yeah.
You go through it. There's like those happy spikes. You get a great grade on your test, or something goes well. But I think overall Central has been a good year. I can't really like pick and choose I can't pick and choose a bad day, so I think that's pretty
That's
decent.
something to say.
Yeah, you're right.
Must be nice to have. I can remember one, but
I mean, we all have bad days.
we all have bad days.
Yeah.
You'll have ups and downs in Central, and your ups and downs, it will be a lot more during your
Yeah.
junior year. Being honest,
of
but
course. I feel like the ups always seem to
The-
outweigh
the
the
downs.
downs.
Yeah.
all the time. It was worth it.
So now the thing everybody's ready for, college.
Ready?
Why don't we go around one more time? Where is everybody going for college?
Say major too.
Yeah.
Yeah, major two.
Hofstra University, biochemistry.
Macaulay Honors Baruch.
NYU, and I'm going to be studying education and social policy.
Howard University, and I'm going to be studying international business.
Northeastern University, and I'm gonna be studying political science and economics.
Duke University, studying biochemistry.
City College and going to their pre-law program.
St. John's University, studying clinical psychology and psychotherapy. Sophia.
I will be going to St. John's University and I'll be studying biology. So, what are we looking forward to for college?
Potty.
Nah, you can't say that. I'm gonna keep quiet under the low.
No, I gotta cut that out.
I feel like obviously in high school you're like required to take required courses, a math, a science, blah blah blah. But once you go to college, even though you have those required courses, it's more like you're focused on what you want to do in the future. So you're more taking classes that you're interested in and that you'll be more inclined to do well in. So that's what I'm looking forward to, like academically.
And like speaking of interests, I'm really looking forward to finding myself as a person and building more character, you know, like as I'm being independent in the world. And I think it's like you find yourself in high school, yes, but I feel like you're more likely to build on your character when you're away from home, you know, you're independent, you have to do things for yourself. So I feel like I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of teachers tell the students, like, when you go away to college, you're gonna find yourself, and it's real life. And I feel like a lot of students don't realize that. Like, once you go to college, it's real, you're an adult, and this is life. And I'm ready for that, not in a bad way, but more to experience what real life has in store for me and what I have more to gain in life.
Yeah, I think it's just being in that new environment, you know, outside of like that typical high school, typical classroom, and stepping into something completely new. Like I know I got just a small taste of that when I had visited Northeastern back in February, I believe, and just sitting in like a classroom that was like smaller, not necessarily small, but it was just more open. The desks were like full tables. We were in chairs like this. It was different, and you feel different. Like a lot of people are going through high school and they feel like, you know, it feels stagnant and worn out. But like when you're just in that different area and you know that everyone's pretty much in the same boat as you, more or less, you feel like it's easier to talk to people. It's exciting. It's different.
Yeah.
It's nice to be able to know that you're going somewhere where there's people from all over the world, all over the country, and you're gonna be able to make friends. You're gonna be able to do things that you might not have been able to do here at Central, and even do things that you have been doing here at Central, and be able to just broaden your horizons.
I think it's also like you're not leaning as much as I love you guys as like a community, but it's a good thing that you're seeing new people and you're going out in the world by yourself, because when you know everyone, you kind of like you lean onto them, but when you're by yourself, you can finally like listen and see, oh my god, this is me, this is who I am, this is how I am, and you can learn and grow and you become who you are instead of who your friends are. It's like an opportunity to like recreate yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're
I feel
all
like
going to be truly independent, which is something that I'm very excited for. And like as everybody was saying, we're going to find ourselves pretty much, and that's something that's very exciting to me. Anybody else want to add anything? I'm sorry, I kind of cut you off.
No.
Anybody else?
I mean, I think one thing that I'm really looking forward to is to be able to do what I love. It's not every day that I can come up and talk to someone and rant about what happened at the board meeting yesterday, or being able to criticize like the curriculum for one of the courses that I was looking at that another school may be teaching, but being able to find like my people, I think is an opportunity that's unique to college. Like you're going to meet people that are just as crazy as you are about the things that you like, and being able to expand upon your knowledge within that subject, and then being able to connect with them to kind of make what you like so much better.
Yes.
Okay, so to close, I just want to ask of all of you, since you are Central's finest, is there a message that you want to leave, a legacy, anything that you want to pass on to the next seniors, the next students of Central High School?
You guys can make mistakes. No one's never telling you mistakes aren't allowed.
Yeah.
But you have to like take a deep breath and make sure once you make that mistake, you never make it again. Make new mistakes is what I'm asking you to do. Never make old mistakes.
Reflect on the past and don't make the same mistakes again, because the first time it's a mistake, but then the second time it's a choice. If you're doing the same dumb thing over and over again, then that's now your behavior and not just, oh, this is happening to me.
Right.
And you're gonna have breakdowns, but make sure that you, even for like a minute, like stop and just think, like be in the moment, because you may never have this moment again. Like be there, be present. Don't constantly look to the future. Don't constantly look back. Make sure you're in that moment at that time, just living.
And
Enjoy
also,
your high school. Ooh, I'm sorry.
go first.
All right. Really quick. Just enjoy your high school experience. I feel like just yesterday I felt like I walked in here for the first time, and now we're done. Like we're leaving. So just make sure you enjoy your experience. Enjoy the ups and the downs. It's
Like,
experience.
don't forget that you're still kids. You're still growing up. Your mind is not done developing. I learned that in AP Psych. It's not done. Don't be so hard on yourself. Okay, you made a mistake. You did bad on this test, but you have 3 more in this marking period. Just fix it. It's not over yet. If something bad happened, if it's not gonna matter tomorrow, don't fret over it. Give it 10 minutes. Don't give it the rest of your day. It's like we said. It's okay to make mistakes. Enjoy high school. Don't focus on the little stuff. Just have fun. You're a kid still. Don't be such in a rush to be like grown up.
Don't sweat the
Just it's okay to be a kid. You're still learning. Just make the mistakes, learn from it, and be better. That's all.
I feel like grades are not the end of the world. Yes, you want good grades. It's important. Yes, and it's relieving to have, but it's not the end of the world.
Shocking.
When you, whoa, who knew? Like when you're in your job or career or whatever you do, they're not gonna be like, sir, what'd you get on that SAT? No one cares. Like it's important, but don't make it your whole life.
Yeah.
Enjoy high school. I feel like you should get involved. Join a club, do a sport, do any activity, talk to your teachers one-on-one.
Join ETV.
Yes.
Yes.
Join
We need people, please.
and just enjoy.
I would want to say just like take advantage of the time that you're given. Take school seriously. Don't take yourself too seriously. And like this, when you look back when you're older, this is the time when you're like, oh, I was a teenager, I was in high school, the good old days. So don't, like everyone's saying, like don't sweat the small stuff and really just appreciate like the time that you're given with these people. Some of these people you've known ever since kindergarten, and you might never see them again. And like there's 12 days of school left, so I feel like every senior has that like a little feeling in their heart like it's almost over. So what I would want to say is just appreciate the time with the people you've been with since you were 5, and just don't sweat it. You'll be okay.
Make sure.
I feel like,
Make sure it does become the good old days.
Yes.
Make sure it's not.
Make good memories.
Make sure it's not the stress that I had.
Yeah.
No, make sure it's the good old days. Continue somewhere. I'm sorry for cutting you off.
I was gonna say like embrace and enjoy Central, because I love Central for its diversity, and coming from like a elementary school, coming here was a culture shock to me, and seeing like successful people of color was like, wow, like I could do that too, like that's amazing to me. So I feel like you should really hold on to that, because in the world there are gonna be mean people, they're gonna say some things about you, and you being here, I feel like they're preparing you for the real world, and it's very fundamental to keep to your heart, and I will forever be grateful for this experience.
I know it's said very often, but don't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
and I know we still talk about Dr. Fee, but you walk past him every day and he has this very Stern
Yeah.
look on his face.
Stern.
And make sure you actually try to get to know him. He's an amazing person. Get to know Mr. Milani. He hates his name being called out. He doesn't like to be shown the ego, but he is also a very nice person. And Mr. Pearson, he's the one.
I know it's like hard to do and it's easier to be said, but just try to be happy. Like, go on with life, not just like, I want to do this as a career, this in a career. Just make your career to be happy. And just start in high school like that. Because if you do that, your life is going to be amazing. It's going to be great. And just like happiness should be the key everyone wants. I think that's what I want to be said.
And I want to add on to that because I feel like the greatest lessons that I've learned in my 3 years here were outside of the classroom. I feel like the friends that I chose to have around me, the groups that I was interested in, like what I surrounded myself with was way more important to me in the long run than what my GPA was or what AP classes I did or did not take. So I feel like your surroundings often shape who you are. So I feel like when you make the right choices in your surroundings, overall you'll be successful. It's not about necessarily the numbers or what you got on this test, on that test. So.
And to backtrack to the college thing, it's okay to be undeclared.
Yeah.
It's okay it's okay. Find a hobby, like join a club. That club could end up being what you're major in.
Yeah.
Don't just push yourself to one career because it's making the most money, or like my parents want me to be. Just try to do something you want to be, because
make sure you're passionate about it. Because if you're in that job,
it's gonna be a job. And it's not going to be what you.
It's not gonna be a lifestyle. It's gonna be a job.
So do electives here too. Not only do they boost your average, but they're fun to do, and I feel like now you can have fun with them and explore and try different things because college is not cheap and the classes are not free. So,
take forensics. I've taken forensics. Take science research. Those are things like I'm graduating now. I regret not taking science research because hearing about it,
it's so much fun.
Them being amazing in the Spark, the teacher being amazing in the Spark Challenge, like that's something.
To get an opportunity to do something that we don't have.
We got to see a surgery. We got to watch a surgery. The surgeon was like here, and I was like here. So there's not just science research.
It's not a TV show. It's life.
Yeah, the body was open, but there's multiple activities, and you if you join a sports team, figure out that you're awesome, get a sports scholarship. Like there's just small things that you can do that lead up to it helping your future. So try it. There's nothing wrong in trying.
Join FBLA. I feel like no one knows what FBLA is. We carry around those snack bags for a reason. Okay. Those 50 cents to $1 snacks goes. If you can see that.
It's not a religion.
We go around, future business leaders of America. We're selling snacks to get us to states and nationals. And when you walk in through the TMAT building, that hallway filled of plaques and awards are us trying to help represent Central. And you could do so many things in that club, and I recommend it.
And it's not only people with don't just think FBLA just for the smart people or just for Central's finest. We didn't become Central finest just because we did. We became Central finest because we did something in Central. We were academically, athletically, or just great in one matter. So don't beat yourself down like, I can't do this, I can't be that. Yes, you can. You just have to make yourself take that pathway.
Okay, so just to close out, I just want to say, and I think I can speak for everyone when I say, thank you so much, Central, for everything that you have done for us. We appreciate it. And I am excited to see what I'm going from all of you people. I expect big things from everyone at this table.
Hey, Mom.
Thank you.